Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Keyjoin here, back with another video for you guys. I believe it's been a while, like a month ago, since I posted um a video on this channel, but I I just thought that today would be a good day to film a video to let you guys know what you could probably expect in today's video. And I right now I'm using a I have a data connection right now, so I decided why not. I just wanted to post a video to let you guys know that I'm still here. I'm still doing what I love to do from time to time. So please just bear with me. But yes, I wanted to address that. And the main point of today's video, I wanted to do a book review for um I believe it's Lord of Shadows. Read Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. Um, Also, by the way, sorry if there's any kind of like bad lighting in the background. I'm just using what I have. I'm just, I'm just going to make that do. And sorry for that. But yeah. So, Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I wanted to do that video for today. So, first off, if you um if you have read this book, well, this is going to be this may be a spoiler free video, but then again, I am probably going to try to get some of my thoughts across. So it may or may not be a spoiler free video. I don't know. I'm not really sure about the title yet. All I know is that it's going to be a book review. So enough rambling, enough about me. Let's get right into the point of this video. So if any of you have read Lady Midnight and you are familiar with the way that that book left off, Lord of Shadows picks up a couple of months after the events of Lady Midnight, and we are still following Emma Castes and Julian Blackthorne and all of Julian's siblings, and primarily Emma and Julian's story as in the dark artifices as they try to figure out what's been going on with this whole forbidden love parasite thing that they just recently found out about. And it's Lord of Shadows picks up right there, and there was this one scene. Okay, no, this part is actually spoilery. So there's this one scene in the first little chunk of the book where Emma and Julian are out on a mission by they were sent out on a mission by the Clave, and yeah, they were out on the Santa Monica Pier, and they were trying to investigate some kind of sea demon activity, and they were trying to investigate it. But as they made their way through the park, the Santa Monica Pier amusement park stuff, they realized that like there was a few hints that I picked up on, because the at the end of, really side note really quick, at the end of Lady Midnight, there was this scene where Emma ends up stabbing Malcolm through the chest with Cortana, and everybody thinks he's dead right on after that point. But lo and behold, we found out that the reason, because of these recent sea demon attacks and all these recent sea demon activity, is because lo and behold, Malcolm is still alive, and whatever. Yeah, so Malcolm is still alive, and that's why these sea demons start showing up on the Santa Monica Pier. So Emma and Julian, while they were investigating it, there was this big sea demon that crawled out of the water, and there was this big epic bad fight scene that it was so cool. Oh my gosh. And another little side note, I'm sorry for the shaky camera. I'm using my phone right now, and I'm sorry if this review is going to be all over the place. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts on Lord of Shadows, because it's been a while since I've read it. And yeah, so I'm sorry for that. So yeah, back to the fight scene with Emma and Julian and the weird sea demon stuff. there was this big epic fight where the sea demon crawled out of the ocean, and the demon was actually on land, and it climbed up to the Ferris wheel in the park, and then the demon destroyed the Ferris wheel and tore the wheel off the hinges, and everything started to go out of control. Like they well, obviously the Shannon Wonders who were there, Emma and Julian, and every other Shannon Wonder who was there accompanying them on the mission, they had their glamour runes on, so no mundanes was allowed to see them. So thank God for that. But okay, so Emma and Julian were on the Ferris wheel, and when the sea demon came out of the water, the sea demon climbed up on the Ferris wheel, and everything went out of control, and there was this big bad fight scene, and then while things are happening, there was this part where Emma decides it would be a good idea in all this chaos to tell Julian about Mark. Because if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys remember it, but this was the part where it had a part in Lady Midnight where um, Emma and Mark decided they were going to fake date in order to like stop Julian from loving Emma, which I find was a kind of selfish act. I mean, I know Emma didn't want to hurt Julian in that way, but I mean, I don't know. I don't understand. I really don't understand why. So yeah. So she thought with all this chaos would be a good time to tell Julian about Mark and what's been going on. But at a point in time Julian just didn't want to hear that in that moment. And so things get handled, they kill the sea demon, and they start to do more investigation, because where in the Shadowhunter world where there is one demon there could probably be more. So they started to investigate, and then um a whole lot of other things happened in that scene. I'm just trying to remember where I could place my thoughts on this book because it's been a while. Um, what else I want to talk about? There was this part where Kit. We realized that Kit, after Kit came to the Los Angeles Institute, he was trying to run away and trying to steal things from the Los Angeles Institute, and just as he thinks he's about to run away, Jace walks in, and Jace catches him and tells him, "Hey, the Herondales have a fetish for like stealing stuff and whatever. But you're the last Herondale of your family line. You know and he straight up tells him. Jace tells Kit, hey." You're a Herondale, I'm a Herondale, let's be friends, don't steal anything, don't do anything you want to regret, you wouldn't regret, and stuff like that. And yeah, and Kit ends up listening to Jace, and that whole scene goes well. And Jace told Kit that he cares about him because they're relatives, they're related, whatever stuff. And then there was this part where the next scene there was this part where um Emma, Julian, Mark, Christina, and Kieran, I believe, they were investigating the after Malcolm had died. They were investigating the house that Malcolm used to stay in, and Mark notices a rubber glove that Malcolm had on, and then he realized there's a symbol with a broken crown on the back of the glove, and then Mark puts together that this symbol with the broken crown in half represents the unseelie king, who, lo and behold, later down in the book we find out that the unseelie king is the Lord of Shadows. And Mark um, gave the glove to Christina, and then Christina examined it, and then because Christina Rosales, she has in her travel here, she came to the Los Angeles Institute to find out more about the folklore on fairies and weather, because of the cold piece. So Christina knows a lot about fairies, and so after they investigate the glove and they realize that it belonged to the Unseelie King, um, there was this part where all the Blackthorn children were to be taken to the London Institute for Safekeeping because lo and behold, what I thought was going to happen is that Malcolm was going to stay dead, but the reason that all these sea demons start appearing, especially the one in the amusement park, was because Malcolm was still alive. And then in the back of my head, I knew that I knew you can't just try to stab a warlock once and assume he's dead. So that was craziness. In my opinion, because Malcolm came back from the dead using because he took the black volume that Annabelle, the black volume of the dead, the spell book that Annabelle had. He took it and he hid it in his pocket. So when Emma stabbed him, she also stabbed the black volume of the dead, and she thought he was dead. But lo and behold, the black volume of the dead is what really brought him back to life. And there was this whole scene. So after the children were escorted through a portal to the London Institute, there was this whole scene where everything was just heartbreaking where Malcolm just straight up kills Arthur because Arthur Blackthorne, which is Julian's uncle, who was supposedly running the institute for all these years, but then the Blackthorne children, realized that it was Julian running the institute for all these years, and there was this real like emotional sad scene where Malcolm ends up killing Arthur Blackthorne because he needed Blackthorne blood. It wasn't really specified how many pints or how much Blackthorn blood Malcolm really needed to bring Annabelle Blackthorne back to life, who was his Annabelle was Malcolm's girlfriend. He really had a closeness to her, but I didn't really see that coming. I really thought Arthur was going to survive, but I will say before in that scene, before his death, when Arthur realized that all these sea demons were coming onto the house and everybody who were there except for the Blackstone children, everybody else were preparing to battle, Arthur Blackstone's come running out of the house and then with a seraph blade in his hand, and he literally slices off this demon's tail, and there was blood everywhere, and then I think he slices off another one's head, and the way how Arthur kills that demon, I was like, yes, oh my gosh, Arthur is such a strong character. But then after a while, after that scene, Malcolm comes and he kills him. He takes the Blackstone blood, and lo and behold, Annabelle, that is what needed to bring Annabelle Blackstone back to life. So Annabelle came back to life, and that was craziness. And then she ends up, and what I didn't really what I didn't really expect to happen or see coming was that when Annabelle was risen back to life, she ends up killing Malcolm and takes the black volume and just runs away. And um, that was crazy. I really thought, she would have um, want Malcolm to be alive and be thankful that Malcolm brought her back to life. But it turns out that she just wants to be resting in peace. She never wanted no kind of disturbance, and that was like another roller coaster of a scene. I mean, oh my goodness, that was crazy. And then there was this next scene where um Annabelle, we found out that Annabelle run after she ran off with the black volume. Emma and Julian got a lead on Annabelle Blackthorne because there was this one scene too where Emma decided to make a deal with the Sealy Queen to get the black volume for the Sealy Queen in order for her to because the Sealy Queen told Julian that she knew a way of how to break the parasite bond, and that involved the black volume of the dead. So Emma made a deal with her um, in order to keep Julian safe, which is what Emma wanted, and in order for the parasite bond to be destroyed, Emma made a deal to give the black volume to the Sealy Queen and break the parasite bond. But lo and behold, it was another treacherous scene when we think that the Sealy Queen was on everybody's side. Lo and behold, she had her own agenda, and she straight up betrays them, and they are left in a really big battle scene that was really epic. Oh my gosh! And then there was this one part where um once again, I must say I'm sorry for this if this review is all over the place, but I'm trying to put my thoughts together. There was this one scene before the Sealy Queen gets the Black Volume of the Dead. There was this one part where Emma and Julian and Mark and Christina, they went to fairy in the fairylands. Now in Lord of Shadows 2, we also found out that in the fairylands, the Seelie Queen told them that they would come across a fairy creature called a Fuka. Now a Fuka is this fairy knight creature looking weird seal octopus creature thing that he guards the gates to fairy, and the Fuka tells each one of them, meaning Mark, Julian, Emma, and Christina, he tells each one of them that he tells each one of them their deepest dark secret or what they most desire and whatever. And if you guys remember from the Mortal Instruments or the Shadowhunter universe as a whole, fairies cannot lie. They always have a tendency to always tell the truth and whatever. So when Julian steps up to the Fuka, that is how he found out that the Seelie Queen knows a way of breaking the parasite bond, and it involved the Black Volume. I know I said that already, but I mean, I wanted to show how that links up. So, and then he also tells Emma that she would see the person she wants to love again. And lo and behold, we realize that in Fairy, Emma saw her dead father come back as a fairy creature disguised. And then, in order for this review was like, this book was a roller coaster. In order for um there was this one scene in Fairy also where um this after Emma realized that what the Fuka told her was true, she realized that when her father came back, the Unseelie King told Emma to take off the champion helmet because Emma was chosen as the king's champion to kill the Fuka, the fairy creature, or to kill not the Fuka, to kill a fairy knight, a fairy creature, and take off his helmet. And lo and behold, it is Emma's dead father, who, as readers, we know is dead and whatever. We know, that we know this is all an illusion. But in that scene, it was really heartbreaking because to see Emma as this strong and tough person really broke down because she really lost her parents at a young age was really horrible to see, but it was written so well, and I really give props to Cassandra Clare for including that. That was really good. And then there's this whole another part where we get the introduction of the cohort, which is essentially the organization that wants to register downloaders to their to a position where there was this time they want to create a world where shadow hunters were killing downworlders for just out of vexation, out of like normalcy. What they believe is that they believe that all downworlders are bad and all downworlders should be punished, and Shadowhunters should just kill them on sight because of their demon blood. But I say, as many, um, every time I read that scene, I would always say, downworlders, they are not always bad. They tend to turn bad when you really cross the line with them, and they can really be friendly, but they tend to really cross the line when you really turn on them. And if you really get a chance in the Shadowhunter world, if you really get a chance to know a downworlder, you have to know which downworlder you're really going um on side with, or you're really going to have a friendship with. And that was like really craziness because this whole book, especially in I mean, we got some hints of it, I believe, in Lady Midnight, but with Lord of Shadows, this whole book is like there was a side plot where the cohort was and essentially planning to start this world where, like I said, this world where Shadowhunters were just killing downworlders on sight, and the cohort is essentially this whole group that believe in evil and believe in heinous acts and have no remorse towards Shadowhunters. And with Lord of Shadows, I found that to be really gripping and enticing and amazing and suspenseful and not know and we I really thought that was really done well, and it was really suspenseful, like I said. And there was so much tension with the code, meaning like you never know what they could really plan next. And so there was this one cohort member, Zara Dearborn, who everyone who I saw or about you on YouTube talking about this book Zara Dearborn is a really horrible person, and I agree with everybody on that because she, at one point she is the daughter of the man running the cohort. Now the man's name who runs the cohort, his name is Horace Dearborn, and his daughter is Zara Dearborn. Obviously, she's a really horrible person. She wants, instead of like following her father's plans, she has her own plans, which is like, you know, kill everybody who don't agree to their rules and whatever. And with the addition of this organization, the cohort, for the Shadowhunter Chronicles, especially for the Dark Active, that was a really great addition. And I really give a standing ovation to Cassandra Clare for including that. That was done really well. Oh my goodness. Um, and yeah, this my thoughts are all over the place with this book, but there were like so many good lines. And then there was this part where uh sorry if I just, you know, sticking, but I'm trying to like think about another great scene I remembered. There was this one scene where, okay, Emma and Julian, they they realize that um the the black volume can, well, it can no longer break the black, it can no longer break the parabaticals from them. But the only reason the Sealy Queen wanted it was to retrieve a captor from the Unseelie court, and she said it's somebody very dear to her. Now, my first initial thought was that, now this is 5 years, mind you, this Dark Artifice series, is taking place 5 years after the conclusion of the Mortal Instruments, and from the minute the Sealy Queen said that she wanted to get her capture back from the Unseelie lands, or the Unseelie court rather, she said that it was somebody very dear to her, and my immediate thought was that it was her son. And um there was this one, after that there was this one scene where Drew Blackthorn, she was transported to Fairy by touching the artifact that was found in Jaime's bag. And when she's transported to Fairy, she reaches this underground tunnel where um she meets this fairy boy with white blonde hair and green eyes named Ash. Now Ash is this fairy boy, and immediately when I read the description of him, I was like, it's Sebastian and the Sealy Queen's baby. I just know it. This Sealy Queen and Sebastian had a child. Sorry for that little interruption, guys. I am in my bedroom. Sorry for that little interruption. So there was this part where we got some little descriptions of Ash, and I said, you know, I 100% knew that it was Sebastian and the Silly Queen's baby, and then the lo and behold, we find out another set of like problems, that the Unseelie King needed Ash. He needed his blood to create some kind of spell to create something called the Dark Artifices. And yeah, um that was the end of that scene. And then when after Drew finished, after Drew was finished talking to Ash, she is just transported back in her room, and we never got any more insight into it. But I 100% just believe that that is hardcore. Ash is hardcore Sebastian and the Silly Queen's baby. So I think um what else do I need to talk about? Sorry if I'm rambling, or sorry if I'm just waiting to like think about something, but I just need to really process my thought. And sorry if I'm, this review is all over the place, but I really need to like process my thoughts. But I am really happy with the way this video is being handled. Like I said, sorry for the little interruption earlier, or sorry for the interruptions, any little interruption in this video. Sorry for the shaky camera, but yeah, I'm just trying to probably see if I could get my thoughts together. My last bit of thoughts on Lord of Shadows to finish out this talking about this novel, and well, um, so there was this one part coming down to the end. There was this part where um captured by the Clave. Annabelle was captured by the Clave, and she she was forced to hold the mortal sword so that she cannot lie, which we all know is a horrible, horrible thing. And after she is put on trial by the mortal sword, she ends up stabbing Livy in the chest with the mortal sword, or with a little piece of the mortal sword, because um Emma decides that she would use Cortana to shatter the mortal sword. And that was epic. Oh my gosh, that was epic. Emma decided she would use Cortana to shatter the mortal sword, and then we found out that Annabelle was, defenseless at this point, or whatever. She was like a normal person who was she still had hatred for the Clave and whatever. But then, um, a big plot twist, she decided to stab Livy in the chest with whatever was left of the mortal sword, and Livy dies and whatever. And a couple of pages before Livy died, she talks to Mark and Julian, I believe, about um she heard like a clock chiming, or a clock ticking down, or chiming the hours down, and she said once the clock strikes 12 again, the hour began to chime and the gates to heaven began to open. And immediately after, 5 pages after she said that, she ended up dying. So I really don't know if Livy knew she was going to die, but that was heartbreaking. Oh my, Livy, that was, and she, like, especially in Lady Midnight and to the beginning of Lord of Shadows, there were these really great fight scenes in the Shadow Market between Livy, Ty, and Kit. Like, the three of them have such a great friendship dynamic, and oh my god, and the fact that um Ty said he agreed to be Livy's parabatai. I was like, Livy, oh my goodness. And reading that scene that she ended up dying, when, piece of the sword is just protruding out of her chest, and there was blood everywhere. And then Julian comes home, and Julian realizes that everybody in the council hall sobbing, and he runs to Livy, and it was just a roller coaster of a ride. And then, oh my goodness, that was crazy. That was so much craziness. And once again, I said, I'm sorry for the shaky camera. I'm using what I have. That was a really heartbreaking scene that Livy died, and then as she died, the hour and the noise on the clock, or the hour on the clock, began to chime again. And I guess she thought maybe she saw, maybe she probably saw her soul going up to heaven or something. But that was craziness. And then finishing out the novel, we have this part where um Emma notices, after she was walking out of the council guard, she realizes that there's this big mass of black smoke that appears and disappears in an instant through, well, in the council hall. And Annabelle disappears through the black smoke from the council hall. Like, she just runs away after she brutally murders Livy, and she runs away. And then we realize that inside the black smoke there was this symbol of a crown broken in half. And my immediate thought is, like, why Annabelle run away with the unseelie king? Like, what he have planned for her? Like, I don't know if she always was setting that up. I don't know if the Unseelie King go and kidnap her, or some kind of madness for trying to raise Malcolm, or him, the Unseelie King, probably won the Black Volume. I really don't know what's going on. And then we realized that there was this part where Magnus got sick when he was trying to come to the council hall, to, because I'm sure if Magnus was there, Livy, he would have stopped Livy from getting murdered and everything would be fine. But oh my gosh, and now that Livy is dead, I really can't imagine what to expect going into Queen of Iron Darkness, because Queen of Iron Darkness is the third and final book in the Dark Artifices trilogy. But I have yet to post my review on that. But for now, this is the review of Lord of Shadows, and I 100% love this book to pieces. 10, if I could give it a million stars, I would give it. But honestly, 5 out of 5 stars. I really love Lord of Shadows. It totally broadened the Shannonda world as a whole, and the Dark Artifices is much more like sophisticated and dark compared to the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices, because you can really tell Cassandra Clare has grown as a writer and she's more comfortable writing in this world now than she was in 2007, I believe. You could really see the comparison of growth between the first book in Immortal Instruments, City of Bones, and now this series, Dark Artifices. You can really see the comparisons and the strengths and the weaknesses that she had as a writer when she was starting out, and now she has grown so much. So, I really don't know why I keep rambling. I just want to remind myself or make my thoughts clear that this is what I talked about. So yeah. Oh, really great! And look, the rain is falling now. So I think I'm going to end this video. So once again, guys, I'm glad to be back today filming a review on a book for you guys. I know it's been a while. Um, this book, I really love it so much. So please let me know if you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, comment, subscribe, like the video. Um, you know, leave all your comments down in the comment section below or send me a message. Um, Feel free. The All my links to my certain social medias, I believe I only have two social medias, that is Facebook and Twitter. All of that will be down in the description of this video below, down in the description box below. Like I said, yeah, let me know what you thought about this book. What is your thoughts, opinions, feelings about my review of this book? Let me know if I missed out anything. Please please continue to show me the support that I need to keep moving forward, because I really love making YouTube videos for you guys to enjoy and just watch. And on a whole, like, making YouTube videos is something I love doing, and I really have no intention of stopping YouTube videos. I will always make them as long as I'm alive. And yeah, I know that's a stretch, but I know that's a stretch for me to say, but I really enjoy making YouTube videos. So um yeah, that's it, and I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.